kids from Goddard Middle School in Littleton. Lucas Pleasy, when I walked past your science project, I saw things shooting through the air, which immediately means I got to stop and talk to you about it. Tell us about your magnets, because you had a great way to be able to think about transportation in the future using magnets.
In Japan, currently, they're using superconducting magnets at very low temperatures to propel trains at high speeds.
And so when you're using that train and it's going that fast, this is where you're able to now be able to see the distance between these magnets and how far it'll go, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to pretend like this is the train, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so pull the magnet back. Tell us kind of what's going to happen.
So what's going to happen is the momentum that this is going to gain is going to be transferred then to the magnet into this first steel ball and then into the second steel ball. Since that second steel ball has less resistance than the first steel ball, it's going to go shooting off at a faster speed than the first one came in. Thus, it accelerates it all the way down the track.
You're already smarter than I am. All right, so see Jack down there? He's going to catch it. So you ready? So let's shoot it across and see how it works. Ready to go for it? Bam! Do you see that? It shot. Next time we're going to line it up right over the desk so it shoots that way. Our transportation needs are in good hands, okay? I know you're going to do just fine. Mac, you did this great project, and I know it's back behind, and we're not looking at the actual research because you had so much research, and that's why I liked yours. But it was about memory. I always thought that when you get older, you lose your memory, but tell me what the secret is.
The secret is actually when you get older, your short-term memory increases.
So the older you get, the smarter and not the more you remember, correct? And so how did you test it?
I tested it by giving subjects a list of 10 words and asking them to memorize them for 1 minute, and then 1 minute later I asked them what was on the list.
And so the older people did better. And why do you think that's so?
I think it's because the older people had more to remember in everyday life.
No, that's actually wrong. The younger kids were texting during the test, and so that's why. But that's a good guess. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Nice job. I'm going to sneak over before we get to our last student because there is a teacher who's responsible for a lot of this. Mrs. Rose, KARI Rose, and Paula Stiles over at Goddard are responsible for over 80 kids showing up. What's the secret to getting kids doing the science fair?
I think just capitalizing on their natural curiosity. I mean, kids are curious, so if we can use that, then that works for us.
And you have just so many kids that show up and want to participate. Are you impressed with the quality of the projects?
Oh my gosh, they thought of things I would have never thought of. It was awesome.
It's neat for a teacher to be able to say that. Okay, I got to go to the last student right over here. This is Jack. Jack, you look so familiar.
Dad, I think that joke's run
That's
its
enough.
course.
I know. It's Jack Spangler. Jack, tell me about double dipping, because this is what we want to know. It's a classic episode on what show?
Seinfeld.
Okay, so tell me what the research is.
So I wanted to know what's the big deal with double dipping, and does it really affect the dip itself? So what we did was I dipped in 20 or 30 or 40 times in a dip, and then I took a culture of it, and I think you can see a picture of what the normal dip looks like.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at a picture. That's normal dip, and
So
that's
that's-
just a petri dish,
Yeah,
right?
completely untouched.
Okay, so after double dipping it 50 times, let's go to the next picture and take a look.
Yeah.
Jack, would you tell me for the final thing, what did you do? Because you didn't just double dip. What was the final thing that you did?
We had to go above and beyond, and I took my tongue and probed every nook and cranny of that dip.
So disgusting.
And
Did you feed it to your brothers and I didn't know about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And that last picture that we saw there, that last picture is what happened when you did the whole thing, and you take a look at that. That was the time, right?
That's pretty
It was
disgusting.
horrible. All right. Nice job, you guys.